they have to speak. A lot is still coming. I understand. Àwọn míì wà ní corner. Àwọn míì wà tẹ́mi gan fọkàn sí tí mi ò tí lè sọ̀rọ̀ pa because you can't just accuse someone. Àwọn kan wà tó jẹ́ pé mi gan ti jókòó, èmi gan máa ń ro oríṣiríṣi nípa ọ̀rọ̀ kéèsì yìí ni. Pé àwọn ọmọ ọlọ́mọ ọmọ tó ti dàgbà. Àfi ẹni tó bá jábíyamọ ni ò ní máa ro ọmọ tó bá kú.
Salani, hold on 1 second. Just 1 minute. So hi everyone. While Mama Mo was here and while we were talking, Wumi sent me a message and said she wanted to join the live. However, I think the account that she was requesting on, she couldn't drop and she couldn't request. So I thought I'll call her and put her on speaker. Wumi, put you on speaker and say.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. I had Mama's submission, but I don't feel like I can connect with her as well.
Hold on. Let me go to back in Lossy because too quiet story when clear. Hold on, let me move. Oh, that's sorrow. It's okay, Tori won't boy.
Okay.
All right, go on.
I really do not know why Mama keeps coming for me. Everyone knows this. After my husband's demise, I went out. I literally posted something online, and a lot of people came for me. People were paid. Like even people that people believe me only like people that people actually thought are saying the truth were paid to come for me and my son. Up to this moment, my son is still being labeled a bastard. I'm ready for 2023. But my father-in-law has been out there granting different interview. Saying last year, October, the court gave us the right to do a DNA test. Up to this moment, nothing is still being done to it, and I can't speak. All over social media, Liam is being labeled a bastard, and nothing is being done to it. This same whole family did not say anything. Do I have to die? I don't understand. I have a child to raise too. Even if I did not, I still.
Don't faint, kill on so.
A lot of people came for me. They came for me.
Oh, faint.
Please, so many people came for me up to this moment. I was saying my but so many people they are not won't understand. After my husband demise, I called Baba he never said anything. He never said anything. The only thing he said was, "What did they have to share to share? Stop. What is there to share? If I have everything, every other of my husband's property, I should release everything for him. And the only thing I have with me is the two plot of life that I got from here. This is just so unfortunate. And I won't say anything. The reason why I won't say anything is because of the respect I have for my husband. It's really unfortunate because Baba has really spoiled the whole thing. And at the end of the day, the whole blame will come to me. Oh yes, I am the wife, I'm not denying it. But when I came outside to talk, why did Baba switch all around to say no, everything that I said was all lies?
But Wumi,
everybody keeps calling my son a bastard.
Wumi did show
now.
Wumi show submission. Yamo,
because people still keep calling my son a bastard.
But Wumi,
it wasn't like before now. Not wasn't like before. If you are making it a point of this thing, you don't have to pay alone doing.
To forever be on the media.
Okay. Wumi,
lost okay.
Because I'm sure my question to you is this. One of the questions, and I think the public are quite keen to hear. I get it that, once or it's painful, and I know how it feels to feel like, look right. But two things. Number one, Mama came under attack from your supporters because Mama did not say anything about Naira Marley. Did Mama just sorrow nipa interview tí Mama tí Naira Marley ṣe àti Sam Larry ṣe. Then ṣé Mama sọ fún ẹ pé àwọn máa ṣọ́dà pé àwọn máa bọ́ta àwọn máa wá sọ̀rọ̀ ṣé ẹ jọ sọ̀rọ̀? Because Mama ní ẹ jọ sọ̀rọ̀. Mama said that on this live now.
Of course I did. When I saw the interview, I was not happy with it. I called Mama like, Mama, this cannot continue to happen. The fact that these people had the audacity to even grant interview saying they didn't bully my husband is really a big slap, even in death. And I cannot accept it. But the thing is, me going out there to talk, will any of the family members stay by my side? No, they won't. That is my fear. Will they stay? I cannot keep going like Maja. Will they stay beside me? They won't. And that was my fear. And I told them, Mama, I cannot accept this. This is one thing that I can't accept when it comes to my husband and my son. And she said, we have to, there are a lot that we are handling. Whenever she's done with it, then we would talk about it. And I said, okay, that was what we discussed.
That means she promised her that she will come out because they are still
come out. Yes.
But I don't think our people was aware about this.
About that. We've said that you have one duty and one duty alone, and that duty is to make sure that your son is okay.
No, I'm not
and I don't want you, listen.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And what prompted the Ika is that me or sorrow?
No. I think what prompted the Ika is that Mama said, Mama ni won't shake fún wọn. That was what prompted the Ika. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys. But Mama son
like Mama will blame Mama blame this time around though. But Mama kò sọ wípé ṣe bóyá ó yẹ kóun náà sọ̀rọ̀, ó yẹ kí bámi náà sọ̀rọ̀ tó bá fẹ́ káwọn sọ̀rọ̀. Mama ní pé ó pé àwọn pé káwọn lọ sọ̀rọ̀. Lémi ṣe gbọ́. Now hold on, Mama ní pé ó pé àwọn pé káwọn lọ sọ̀rọ̀. Pé àwọn dé sọ pé nǹkan táwọn ń ṣe lẹ́sìn pópó àwọn tí fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ ńsìn. Pé meanwhile àwọn tí ń ṣe fídíò lẹ̀ táwọn fẹ́ gbé síta. Pé kan táwọn wá gbọ́ táwọn people yẹn wá sọ làwọn ò ṣe wá gbé síta mọ́ pé ṣe báwọn ti bá Wunmi sọ̀rọ̀ pé àwọn máa bọ́ síta pé kí ló dé táwọn people yẹn ṣe tún wá bú àwọn táwọn á bú àwọn pé àwọn ò bọ́ síta náà pé ṣé táwọn ò bá tiẹ̀ bọ́ síta ṣé kò yẹ kí Wunmi bọ́ síta but mi ò rò bí àwọn blame ẹ̀ pé ó jẹ́ káwọn people yẹn máa bọ́ mi ò rò bí àwọn sọ yẹn ní ìsìn yá mi dẹ̀ gbọ́ṣà.
Okay. Call here to disconnect. So, nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé Sherry, and to those of you saying, ask her if Sam Larry beats Mohbad. I just think that sometimes when we listen to people, we have to listen critically. She just said, Timba bota pe mo fẹ́ wá sọ̀rọ̀. Ṣáwọn people yìí máa dúró. Am I going to fight
this family must support
this battle by myself, or will I have the support of family? And one of the things that I wanted to say to Wunmi is that whether you like it or not, you and Mama Iti just sorrow. You have an agreement, babe. Any or DNA, focus on that. After the DNA, you guys can now come out and talk about, everything else that you need to talk about. So no, we cannot be putting words in our mouth and saying, no, see, I think sometimes we get carried away when we talk to these people. We forget that whether you like it or not, they are still grieving the loss of their child, their husband, so a lot of us sensitive. We do Sherry, be Baba was be my insane. Come on, scrutinize Baba, Benipe, fair flog Baba. Okay, Wunmi is calling back. Please let me put her on speaker. Hello, Wunmi.
Okay, so everybody everyone saying I should sue.
Wunmi, echo, láti reduce.
Oh yeah, reduce it. Don't go nísàlẹ̀ yẹn kó reduce it.
Wunmi, reduce ibi tó ti ń gbọ́ mi, echo.
Abẹ́ni tó bá ń play ní other ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
Forget what everybody is saying right now. Everybody is saying you should sue.
I need to
just focus on me.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Be by my side. Do you think Baba is ready? Do you think Baba is ready? It is so far. I pity everybody. Thinking the game outside.
Wunmi, can you explain yourself and don't yell?
Baba is ready. It's just so unfortunate that people think this man is ready. You think I fear anybody? The only thing that concerns me is more Liam should grow so that my husband should have a legacy. That is all that concerns. Everybody will die. Death is the least of.
You guys don't say that she came out for Mohbad. She did not come out for Mohbad. Emma, they can instigate. Ko bota fun Mohbad. Emma so bejo.
Why will I come out for Mama? Me and Mama are still cool now. But the Ika is that it's making me feel like maybe every time that these people are said for the past few days about my husband, people more comfortable for them. I am not comfortable. I am pain. But the thing is, when he's ready to fight for me, if I send your butter, I didn't say anything about this. You won't be where we are. Trust me. But all of you, I'm not worried. I'm not supporting anything supporting law. Everybody will come and share. That is one thing I would say. Mama, I think William.
Wọ́n ní ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá ń ṣépè fún òun ọmọ ẹ̀ àti màmá àti gbogbo èpè tẹ́ bá lè rò ní kẹ́ máa ṣẹ́.
I'm not going to say anything again. But the mama said today, It really hurt me.
Lọ sort yẹn out. Ìyá ẹ̀ náà ni màmá. Tó bá pè ẹ́ níkà, ẹ lọ sort ẹ̀ out. Lọ pè wọ́n.
Màmá pè ní kàǹsìn ni.
Yeah, màmá pè níkà, màmá pè níkà.
Ọmọ, máa lọ kọ́ ti ṣe yìí.
From Lani and said so far, I am full with it. That is why I'm doing this call. I am not full with it, but the thing is, if I don't work for if I go off front, who will stay beside me? Who will stay beside me? The one that I said from the beginning, who stood beside me, everybody turned against me. They turned it to a personal issue. They turned it to a whole company.
So Ọmọwùmí tí bàbá bá ready, Ọmọwùmí tí bàbá àti màmá bá.
Last week, don't talk to us there. Nancy, doesn't leave. She's living her life already. They've done everything for me.
But Wumi, why do you need support of anybody? Why do you need support of Baba? She Baba support him from the
Tolani,
beginning.
she cannot do it again. She cannot.
You have Mama, you have Adura, you have our family to kuna.
But they have to do it together.
You have the majority. Forget about Baba. Because Baba ń jà fún Baba mọ nǹkan táwọn ń ṣe. Baba mọ nǹkan táwọn ń ṣe. Gbogbo ilé ọ̀tọ̀ ń pariwo Naira Marley wọn mọ rí ìsọ̀fẹ́ ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ náà.
Ká má sọ̀rọ̀ over ká gbọ́kàn tó ń sọ so that a lè gbọ́ tó bá ti lọ máa sọ̀rọ̀ because mi ti gbọ́kàn tó ń sọ ohun ẹ̀ ń lọlẹ̀ gan.
Tó bẹ́ẹ̀ tó sọ pé Liam kì í ṣọmọ mọ́ èpè tẹ́ bá lè fi orí irú ẹ máa ṣe fún Liam tọmọtọmọ yín ni o because lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Liam because you cannot curse Liam you are cursing Liam you are cursing Mo. Baba himself knows. Baba himself, he knows. Tell him to come and do DNA. If you are cursing Liam, you are cursing Mo. And you cannot tell me you're fighting for Mo and cursing Liam. It is Shogia Mo from generation to generation. I won't say any damn thing. But the Kadamama called me today. If you pass a message like, I don't want to fight for my husband, or maybe I'm cool with everything that has been happening, or we'll say, Mo, if I'm not there, me there.
Ọmọwùmí,
I'm not scared of anybody.
Ọmọwùmí, listen to me. Hey. Wunmi, I need you to listen. Ọmọwùmí, listen. Wani, hold on to. Let me tell you, things happen, and Mama herself has been under attack. Now, you will not hold on to one word that she said on this live today and use that one word to override everything that she has done over the past couple of months. And you have said it online yourself, babe. Mama is the one person that you have seen and has stood beside you. Obviously, Mama is upset because of whatever may have happened. So you and Mama can squash that. Now you have passed your message to the public. And Omawumi's message to the public is, I fear no one. I can stand and face anybody. I can speak my husband's truth on his behalf. However, she family yi ready láti dúró kájọ
That is supporting me.
Or am I going to do it myself? Because she cannot fight it herself. Àfi tá bá fẹ́ fi ẹ̀mí ọmọ yìí wéwu ni. She cannot do it herself. Ó lọ́mọ kékeré lọ́wọ́. Are they ready to fight this? Court tí bàbá lọ tó rí bó ṣe rí yẹn. If they were united,
Àbí ó máa lọ fà tó bá
they would have had a good case. Case Baba Odaloshe threw her out. It's not because they did not bully him. He was bullied. They messed up with his mental health. But Baba went to do it on his own and he did not file a good case. It would be a whole different case if they came together and fought this fight together, which is the one thing that we've said. But enough of the fighting, enough of the divide and rule. It is now time, if they really want justice for this boy, if they really want to go to the root cause of all of his, health concerns and all of the, everything that Mohbad dealt with during his lifetime, they have to do it together. Baba Oledashe, and yesterday's court is a testament. So, I don't know. I'm going to disconnect. I don't know if she's going to call back, but the floor is open.
No, ó dàbí pé ó ní point níbẹ̀ yẹn torí pé ó ní pé ṣé tóun bá jáde ṣé òun máa rí ẹlòmíì tó máa support òun. Àmọ́ máa sọ kankan tí wọ́n ní pé ó ní tí àwọn bá kọ́kọ́ jáde òun náà máa jáde.
Òun náà máa jáde.
Ṣé àtijáde wọn gan ṣó necessary? Àbí kan take necessary action like kọ́kọ́ wá sọ̀rọ̀ níta kọ́kọ́ wá sọ̀rọ̀ ní social media kí ló fẹ́ ṣe okay Naira Marley ṣe báyìí kíníkan ṣé èmi wò pé ṣé ó wà effective ṣé ó máa wà effective ṣé ó necessary rather than taking the necessary action káwọn méjì àti bàbá kan jọ pa ọ̀pọ̀ kó báyìí pé wọ́n fẹ́ kàn face bullying yẹn gangan nǹkan tẹ́mi feel nìyẹn but I don't know coming out to come and tell us kíníkan kí la fẹ́ ṣe sí èèyàn kan gòkè lẹ́nu.
It's not even about ẹjọ́ wẹ́wẹ́ MFM. It's not about ẹjọ́ wẹ́wẹ́ action gogo. Action. Ó yàtọ̀ sí kan kò máa
But tell me feel nìyẹn ọba dọ́nà.
Action speak louder than
If
words.
she come out, mama follow. Àbí mama come and she follow. Kí ló fẹ́ change?
Content creator ni gbogbo àwọn ló ń ṣe gbogbo àwọn yẹn fún náà. Wọ́n take action, wọ́n kàn rojọ́
nìyà. A kò máa sọ gbogbo àdè màmá analyse. Màmá sọ pé Wùmí sọ pé kìnnìkan like kí ló fẹ́ ṣe? Ṣé yẹn fẹ́ kàn take action ní kókó?
Action gangan ni ló wà important jù. Ṣé kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ máa sọ̀rọ̀ lójoojúmọ́ lórí social media. Káwọn yẹn máa sùn kọ́ máa jí.
Wọ́n máa fi ṣe content, wọ́n máa analyse. Analyze.
Ordinary petition last kò sí fáwọn people yìí náà. So what are you guys doing? Ordinary petition competition for police kò sí fáwọn people yìí náà. So tí ẹjọ́ tẹ̀ ń sọ lórí social media yẹn náà ni kọ́kọ́ máa rojọ́ lójoojúmọ́ kíní kan òun mi ò kíní kan òun mi ò bàbá òun náà ṣé yẹn ni yẹn lè action ni. Ordinary petition competition for police kọ́ tẹ̀ ìbáyín invite àwọn people yìí kọ́ tẹ̀ wá tún sọ̀rọ̀ kódà yes it's not about talking all the time. Social media talk carry me.
Abefe, are you there? Or you are on phone? Ẹ̀kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ kan from 1 added 1,000.
Ẹ ti understand? Ordinary petition láti jọ́ ti gbogbo kìíní ti ṣẹlẹ̀ wọ́n ti competition fún àwọn people. Kí ló lè nu petition gangan?
Okay, pé wọ́n ti competition fún àwọn people. Ẹ mọ̀ pé nítorí pé kò sẹ́ni tó fẹ́ dúró, kò sẹ́ni tó fẹ́ gbóyà. Bí àwọn dẹ̀ ń bẹ̀rù wọn ni I don't know.
Kí ló dé tó hàn dúró?
Bí àwọn dẹ̀ rí ẹni tó
fi dúró.
Wọ́n
bẹ̀rù wọn. Ordinary petition, okay, petition tó jẹ́ pé àwọn haters wọ́n kọ sẹ́yìn yamayama ẹ̀yin ò lè kọ petition fáwọn èèyàn àfi kẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lórí social media kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ máa pariwo kẹ́ máa ṣe kárí mi kí gbogbo ayé kárí mi nìkan nínà. Àwọn tó ń support ìjòsí gan wọ́n kọ petition fáwọn èèyàn kiri ẹ̀yin gan tẹ́ ń support wọn kí ni petition tó ti kọ fáwọn people ìdá gbogbo àwọn tó ti ẹ̀ ṣe even gbogbo àwọn tó ń ṣe show tó ń ṣépè fún Liam ta ló kọ petition fún rí ẹ bá mi sọ àwọn tó ti ẹ̀ ṣépè fún Liam tó ń sọ pọ́n ṣépè fún yìí petition tẹ́ ti kọ ìgbé ìfowódà láti day one kò sí petition kò sí kankan they just doing it and they go scot free with it kò sí kankan níṣẹ́ kan ṣe ráyètì ẹjọ́ wẹ́wẹ́ náà ní everyday.
Hello MFM ẹ káàárọ̀.
Ẹ káàárọ̀ jẹ́.
Ẹ káàárọ̀. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ mo fẹ́ kàn chip in àwọn nǹkan kan ni based on nǹkan tí Wunmi sọ wípé ṣé tí mo bá jáde ṣáwọn family máa support mi èmi ò ní fẹ́ ká máa fi emotion ká máa fi sọ̀rọ̀ torí pé ó sọ pé ṣé tí mo bá jáde ṣáwọn family máa support mi kò sọ pé ṣé tí mo bá jáde wá sórí social media which means pé ṣé tí mo bá front kíní yìí ṣáwọn family ẹni àwọn ọkọ mi ṣé wọ́n máa fún mi ní support ẹ jẹ́ ká fi làákàyè tá bá ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ ká máa fi làákàyè ká máa fi gbọ́.
Àwọn olè ń bá wí.
Àwọn tó wà ní comment section àwọn tó wà ní comment section wọ́n sọ pé ó fẹ́ wá sọ̀rọ̀ lórí social media ó fẹ́ wá ṣe kíní kan gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ kọ́ lọ̀rọ̀ orí social media ẹni tí nǹkan ṣe ẹni tí iná jó òun ló máa mọ̀ pé yes iná jó mi nǹkan máa ń dùn wá jura wa lọ ẹni tọ́kọ ẹkú ló máa mọ bó ṣe dùn sí tí nǹkan ò bá tí ì ṣèyàn rí kò lè sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ẹ̀.
Kò ṣe dandan kí ìgbọ̀kan ṣe gbogbo wa rí. No, don't be insulting. No.
MFM wait kò ní láti ṣe gbogbo wa rí bọ́ everybody ló máa ń pè báwọn ní Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ ká rí ikú Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ ká rí ikú ọmọ bọ́ tí nǹkan ò bá ṣèyàn nǹkan máa ń dùn wá jura lọ bọ́ tí nǹkan ò bá ṣèyàn kò lè mọ bí pèní ẹ ṣe ń rí lára o ẹni tọ́kọ ẹ kú ló máa mọ bó ṣe rí lára o.
So what are you insinuating in nutshell?
What I'm insinuating is ẹ má blame Wunmi pé ó sọ wípé ṣé tóun bá jáde kò ń ṣe jáde wá sórí social media lọ́mọ yẹn mi.
Who are the people blaming Wunmi?
It's because you are not reading your comments.
What is my business with commentator? What is my business with commentator? Why don't you talk about the people on the panel?
MFM, you said something. Ó ní pé kó wá sórí social media kó wá analyse kọ́ ní ọ̀rọ̀. She didn't say she's coming to social media to come and analyze.
So why are you the one that is explaining for her? Only ṣe bá jáde. Hey, listen to me. Ní sùúrù, don't yell on my platform. Listen to me. Ní sùúrù. ó pe màmá pé kí màmá bọ́ síta lórí social media kí màmá lọ sọ̀rọ̀ màmá ní pé kó ní sùúrù àwọn ń ṣe ìkan lọ́wọ́ torí tẹ́ bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ kẹ́ máa la etí kẹ́ máa fìlà kẹ́yìn sọ̀rọ̀ màmá ní pé kó ní sùúrù pé àwọn ń ṣe ìkan lọ́wọ́ táwọn bá ti ṣe tán àwọn fẹ́ kíkan dì kan lọ́wọ́ now màmá sọ fún wípé màmá ní àwọn tiẹ̀ ti ń ṣe kinní àwọn ti fẹ́ bọ́ta bọ̀kọ́ táwọn ti tiẹ̀ ń ṣe lọ́wọ́ làwọn fi tẹ pause now ibo ni wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ nípẹ̀ we are they talking about somebody somewhere else tó máa ń ṣe orí social media àwọn méjèèjì tán fẹ́ wá bọ́ síta ó dẹ̀ sọ fún màmá pé màmá níwọ̀n náà máa bọ́ síta ó dẹ̀ sọ fún màmá pé tí ẹ̀yin bá bọ́ síta tẹ́yìn bá kọ́kọ́ bọ́ síta lèmi àkọ́kọ́ bọ́ síta to know that I will have your support that is what she explained so what do you mean by ìwọ náà sọ wípé kìnnìkan like I don't understand.
MFM kò sọ wípé tí màmá bá kọ́kọ́ bọ́ síta lọ tún gbọ́ ó ní ṣé tí mo bá jáde mo máa rí support yín ó ní mo pe màmá ọkọ mi wípé.
ẹ wo ẹjọ kẹlẹ mi sọ̀rọ̀ nǹkan tó ń sọ ń sìn pé tí màmá bá bọ́ síta òun máa bọ́ síta.
social media kọ́ ni kínní ordinary petition ẹ dúró going to 2 years short is called petition for Sam Larry short is called petition for Normally short is called petition fún àwọn tó tiẹ̀ sọ pé ok Wunmi sọ sí pé àwọn èèyàn ṣépè fọmọ èyí mélòó lẹ ti kọ petition fún àwọn ilé tó wà Nàìjíríà ọba àárọ̀ ojoojúmọ́ èpè ló máa ṣe petition dà social media nìkan lẹ ti fẹ́ ṣe gbogbo nǹkan tí yín ni petition dà ṣé ẹ ti kọ petition fáwọn èèyàn kẹtì ẹ àmọ́ wọn kẹtì ẹ fọlọ́pàá mọ́ àwọn míì irọ́.
why the attack pé kinní kan.
Sam Larry máa wà ń bẹ̀ láti jẹ́ ọjọ́ kò sí petition kò sí nǹkan kan kí lẹ wá ń ṣe justice náà nìyẹn.
mi dẹ̀ sọ ní mo ní ó ní point níbẹ̀ yẹn pé tó bá yẹ pé she is expecting people to support her pé the first one tóun ṣe pé gbogbo kan tóun sọ bàbá ní pé kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ pé wọ́n attack òun pé ó dẹ̀ ní point níbẹ̀ yẹn o pé ṣé tóun bá jáde òun máa ní backup àwọn family mo ní ó ní point níbẹ̀ yẹn ó dẹ̀ ní kí ló kàn mí comment mélòó ni mo fẹ́ máa wò àwọn èèyàn gidi wà lórí panel tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ máa tẹ̀lé comment. wọ́n lè sọ pé kí ló máa gbé social media go I think it makes sense.
action go.
And you are telling me it is not social media. Wọ́n ti sọ pé àwọn tí ń bọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ àwọn tí ń ṣe fídíò tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ pé nǹkan tán àwọn stop ẹ̀ ni. Ṣé bí nǹkan tí màmá sọ ń bì báyìí ni ẹ̀ á gbọ́ màmá clearly now. Hotel Sam, can I hear from you please? Ká tó gbẹ́ lómi wá sókè.
Good morning.
That person send the request. Hold on first.
Good morning again. Further to what I said earlier, I wanted to ask if I had the opportunity to ask Mama Mo and Wumi. Initially when this case started, did they write any witness statement to support the claim that Sam Larry Naramali bullied Mohbad? And did they support evidences? You know, the way you lose your case in court is for you to go to social media and you say your truth, but you don't submit your truth to the right authorities. If you don't submit, then you cry injustice. There's no way the court or the police will get you justice. If you are not ready to go and meet the police and support your evidences, your statement. So that question is, if you want to get justice for your son, you want to get justice for your husband, have you done these steps in going to the place, submitting your evidences, and ready to stand as witnesses against Sam Larry and Naira Marley? That is the way you get justice for the bullying case. So I wanted to ask them then if when they were up, or unfortunately I wasn't able to come up then. Because the way it's going, we just keep on narrating, analyzing on social media. But the real truth, the way you get justice is in the courtroom. And you have to prove beyond all reasonable doubt that these characters were responsible for bullying your husband and bullying your son. If you don't do this, you won't get justice. You won't get justice on social media. You will only get moral support, but moral support won't get you justice. So my challenge is to, especially to Wumi, she has said, you don't need the support of the family. You can go to the place. You can call witnesses, like the people who said they witnessed when Sam Larry was bullying Mohbad. You can put their names down. You don't need the support of the family for this. Just go to the place. This so and so were present when Sam Larry or Naira Marley bullied my husband. They witnessed it. They recorded a video. And the police will do their work. But if you do not do that, the police cannot get you justice. The only thing you get from the social media is support and or antagonist. And they will either support you or abuse you. That is what Mama Mo is saying. Hey, they get justice through social media. I want to tell you social media. I'm going to help you like to see. Mo lè bá yín mú àwọn ọmọ tó nà ọmọ yín mú ọ lọ sílé ẹ̀wọ̀n ọlọ́pàá ló lè ṣe ọlọ́pàá máa ní DPP máa need the witness ọlọ́pàá ní gbogbo evidences ọlọ́pàá gbogbo investigation kan ti ṣe, but tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá supply ẹ̀ fún wọn, you can't get that justice. So you don't need the family, especially for Wunmi. Fight on. If you believe you are innocent, please go to the police and submit those evidences. I beg you in the name of God. Because we're going on 2 years on social media, attacking each other, cursing each other, but we are not doing the real thing, the real procedure to get that justice. Like like the case of, as I said earlier, that Baba Mo's case, I don't see who advised him to go and do a judicial review against the government. When you are trying to judicial review, you are trying to say the government acted illegally or erroneously. When the Attorney General asked the constitutional authority to take a case to the court, rather you should have been appealing, telling them to look at. I mean, the attorney, there's no law in the constitution that says Attorney General has to wait for the conclusion from the coroner. So what I've been seeing from both families is they are not getting the right legal advice. They're just playing to the gallery on social media. You need to put your acts together and go and meet the right people, get the right advice, go through the right channel, and you will get justice. 2 years, Mohbad is there. And Bobo Eman Shemi could send me the whole family, the whole entire family. If you have any dignity left in you and you respect that guy as what he has done for you when he was alive, get him the justice and stop rambling on social media. Everyone, from the father, sister, and everyone, go through the place, go through the right channels, get good lawyers, not the ones that are taking money from me and not doing anything and giving you the wrong advice. The one that took you to carry a GR against the DPP, you are going to pay him even if he's going to lose. He's getting his money, whether he loses or win, he wins. But at the end of the day, the boy is still languishing in the morgue. If you guys need to come together and do the right thing and get justice for this guy. Thank you, MFM.
Please, I think I missed some line, Rote Sam. Please don't be angry. Please, what is the bone of contention? Like, what are you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say, like Wumi is saying, I will need support the family. What I'm saying, you don't need to come on social media. Go to because as the case is, Sam Larry and Naira Marley are not acquitted; they are discharged. I mean, they have not been acquitted of the case; they've just been discharged because they can't keep holding on to them because they've got no evidence against them. Okay. If you hold them for too long, they can sue the government and they take money off them. But if you are not ready to support that, that's why the challenge.
What about the DPP decision? What was the DPP decision?
The DPP decision, there is no evidence to hold against them for bullying.
That means they have been acquitted, that they have been discharged everything.
There's discharged and acquitted and there's discharged. Discharged and acquitted means you cannot bring them back again and charge them for the same case. But they have been discharged. So, but if any evidence comes up, they can be called back.
Okay, so your advice now is that Wumi and Mama should take another route instead of coming to social media.
Go to the place. Go get everybody that you know as credible witnesses, people who were there when they saw Mohbad being bullied. Let them submit their witness statement. So on so date at so place, I saw so.
Rote fam, do they need anyone to tell them this? Last 11 20.
Honestly, I don't know the lawyers.
I want you to also know that it will be very difficult for this family to find people who will be willing to stand in and give evidence against these people. I think that's just the dilemma. I don't think the issue here will be this family coming together and putting their case forward. I think the biggest issue they'll have is to actually have the people who witnessed the assault, people who can actually give witness statements or whatever. It will be difficult to find them and agree to them coming on the stand to give a statement against these people. Again, because they live in a country where there's zero or no security. So their safety in itself would be at risk. Remember, Zlatan, being Zlatan, who has a name, and has a face and has like significant amount of wealth, said that even his parents, even his mother, told him that he should not get involved. He should not say anything. So in the midst of this whole drama, and you know that your child has witnessed some of the assaults that happened to that Mohbad endured in the hands of these people. I don't think any mother would agree for their children to go and take a stand to give evidence. However, I think there's enough evidence in public that can be used. But what is the case? Gongoton file. Like, which case Tibaba file? Is it a case to say these people bullied my child? Or is it questioning why the petition Mohbad wrote was not actioned? Or what exactly is the case that Baba himself took to the courts? In Gongolomal, if you come together to then build a good case. But I think Baba needs, and it's worrisome because I feel like these people, both teams, both sides, all of them, they all have very good legal reps. And I think they should be getting like some legal advice from these people to say, oh yeah, we're, buy Lashemashe. So I don't know, I mean, I'm open to learn. I mean, to your suggestion on how this family can move on with it.
Regarding the witness, there's something what's called the witness protection. The police offer witness protection. I'll give you an example of Nnamdi Kanu current court case. You could see some of the witnesses coming with a mask on their face and they're even shielded. You don't know who they are in the court. That is where the police give you witness. You don't even need to come at me to identify yourself that I'm a witness to this crime. And even as it sounds like this, these guys are weak. Even if let's assume they're really out there, they've got full force to attack. At the moment, the public is involved. If anything happens to anyone, they'll be picked up. So this is even the right time for people who have credible witnesses, who are credible witnesses to come up and testify with credible testimonies. They will come out. And regarding the videos on the social media, you will attest to it that there is none where it identifies either Naira Marley or Sam Larry actually laying their fingers on them. And even the videos they supplied are too short. So if these guys have a good lawyer, they will go in and stay in the court. These evidences that have been brought to the court have been tampered with. They are not the full coverage of the events. They have been some form of alteration, and the court will not accept it. So that's why I said, like there was this video of a lady talking in the background when I said, see what Sam Larry did. If this lady can come in, write her testimony, give her evidence to the police. I witnessed this. This is what happened, and this is so and so and so, and the police will work on it. The police, the DPP will not go to a court and they know they will lose. No lawyer will go there because they know they will lose because they've got no evidence.
But sir, when we talk about witness protection, I think because we're in the Western world, we think, because there's no witness protection for the common man. Again, I agree with everything. I
gave you the example of the example of Nnamdi Kanu.
Because that's a high-profile case. Now, another thing that I need you to understand is that, are we talking about the same police that gave out information from someone's phone to somebody just because they were paid a certain
amount? It was not the police. It was a rogue officer who did that, and the rogue officer is currently facing disciplinary action.
But is that officer not a police officer?
Obviously, obviously.
So again, when you talk about witness statements in the case of a common man, I personally, I don't see the Nigerian police, and seeing to the safety of anybody who is coming forward to give statements, sir.
This case is not, I understand, but this case is not high profile. Everybody in the country, everyone in the country knows about this case. So at this point, I don't see anyone going to be stupid enough to be going to attack a witness.
Sir, if Mohbad was the son of Abiola or the son of Nnamdi Kanu, or I'm sure we won't be saying this, we would say, oh yeah, the witnesses can be protected. But in the case of Mohbad, even his father and his mother, his wife and his son, his family members are not even safe. If someone like Yomi Fabiyi could pull that stunt that he pulled to have Adura nabbed in court, it wasn't nabbed on the street, it was grabbed in court. Sir, the Nigerian police are not as they're not as disciplined as you think they are. So personally, I do not see anybody, even the girl that made that video, Mohbad, that girl, her parents would have called her and said, if they can even go and hide her somewhere, they will actually go and hide her somewhere, So Abefe is a Yabo Ojo's pal, so I'm not surprised. Rashidat, I am not. Unfortunately, I've never spoken to Yabo Ojo in my life.
Emma Daniel alone, do not answer that person.
Emma, keep open mind. Say your bad thing, sorrow.
Do not respond to that person.
No worry. This case is, unfortunately, we have lost so much, and so sad, we've lost so much respect and trust in the police. You can see both sides. Baba's side will say, the police are working with the widow to truncate the case. Then the other side not trusting, the police are not going to. At least let's give the police some credit. I'm telling you, because people don't know the new rules or policies within the police. If you go to them, they would give you witness protection. I know lawyers that have gotten witness protection for their clients or for their witnesses. They don't just lawyers don't come on social media to talk because against their principles. So that's why I said they should go. Even they just go, name them. If you don't even want to, for example, like Wumi now, Wumi can say, that lady, I know the lady that said this is her name. Then the police would go and meet her. And what the police will tell her, if you don't tell us, we can, and we find out the truth, we can hold you for obstruction of justice. So there's a lot of, that's why I said, rather than coming to social media, we'll just keep talking on social media, like roundabout, and we will never move forward. Moving forward is going through the right authorities.
All right, thank you, sir. We appreciate your submission and your opinion. Supreme, ex-wife.
I think it makes a lot of sense. So.
No, it doesn't.
Maybe they should look into that too.
Yes. Why is it gbogbo ṣe máa ń pè mí ní why is it gbogbo ṣe máa ń pè mí ní ex-wife?
Check is your ex-wife.
Ìjọ́ wo ni ẹ kọ̀ mí sílẹ̀ tí mi ò mọ̀? Did you divorce me without my knowledge or what?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Ọjọ́ ẹ̀mí ẹ̀fẹ̀ mẹ́jẹ́ kémi kò ní màá máa gbọ́ yín ṣe ti gbọ́. Ẹ ṣe.
Kò sí problem.
Hello, ta ló kúrò ní ṣé okay.
Yeah, she's still around.
Tolani, I thought it was a friend that left.
Yeah, she's been here for
No.
Yeah. I feel so sorry for the entire family member anyway, and according to what Rutesama said, first of all, a parent cannot tell their child not to testify, especially when they are not minor. So because my mama's lantern said, don't sorrow, that does not hold water. If truly this case is being handled the way it should, lantern will be obligated to. Regardless of ìgbà tó jẹ́ pé slantan ò kì í ṣe minor, so gbogbo pé yẹ ẹni kó má sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn náà, it's just because the system is not working the right way. That is why that is so. So I mean, I dozed off in the middle of that thing. I'm always dozing off. But the thing is, I feel so sorry for all of them. I feel sorry for Wumi. I feel sorry for the entire family because, come to think of it, it's very stressful. Very, very stressful. Someone like me that's even, I am so adamant that Wumi did this. If I were to be in her shoes, I would go all out to ensure that this boy gets, or my husband or ex-husband or whatever way she wants to qualify him, gets justice. Her behavior is making it even more questionable, and I don't want anybody that committed this murder to go away, to get away with murder. So I really feel their pains, and I think if the family really have to come together, they should do so in order to get justice for their loved one. I think that's the only contribution I have to contribute in this case. Now, if Wumi knows, and like what Sam said, there's what they call Witness Protection Act. Trust me, a lot of things happens in Nigeria. There are a lot of things that people can do, but because they don't know, they don't activate it. If you really know your right, you will activate it. Yes, Abefe, you're very correct. very wrong for any police officer to, send somebody's WhatsApp message to another civilian from a civilian's phone. Trust me, he's been disciplined.
mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ sáré sọ̀rọ̀.
Yeah, sorry.
No, not you, please. Mo wà lórí call ni o.
Oh, okay. So trust me, he's been disciplined. Oh yes, it's going to be disciplined, and I don't care if anybody thinks, oh, I'm fighting for King White or anything. But what is wrong is wrong. You see, what is wrong, it is wrong. So I think, like Rotty Sam said, I'm going to concord with him 100%. They all need to come together and fight. Together we stand, and together we are stronger. I believe so.
Supreme,
Ma,
àwọn wo ni kọ́ come together? Ṣé màmá àti bàbá àbí Wunmi àti gbogbo wọn?
they are all one family. Mama, Baba,
So you can be saying that. I thought you don't want them together before.
what are you talking about?
I thought you are advocating for them not to be together, right? Yeah.
Never. Advocate, ṣe bá wa la ní kí bàbá àti màmá kan pàdé l'Abuja ń gbà yẹn kó tó di pé wọ́n dá gbogbo ẹ̀ sí wa lórí. Chairman went to Abuja.
Mo, this is my first time. I thought you never wanted them together.
No, why wouldn't I? We want them to come together. Ṣebí àwa la ṣe gbogbo látò iṣẹ́ yẹn pé kán pàdé l'Abuja tí chairman lọ sí Abuja ń gbà yẹn. Have you forgotten?
No, I never. I'm not aware. Okay, let me ask you. What do you see about this Sam Larry and whatever? And
You know my position, and I've me can change minding me easily. I'm very strong-minded.
No,
I
you
have said
changed
it.
your
I have
mindset.
said it. Wait. Let me just quickly answer her. I have said it many times. Stamilari and Naira Marley were not in the house when Mohbad died.
what about the bully aspect?
Hold on, let me say something. I'm not done with that statement. And they have airtight alibi because they were not in the country and their passport proved that. Until they are indicted, there is absolutely nowhere in the world you can charge them for murder. Now, bullying and all of these other ones are civil cases. If you bully me and I choose to sue you or take you to court, they are civil cases. And this is what the DPP is concerned about, and the case file on his death, in his present right now, has absolutely nothing to do with bullying. Hey, hence, I'm not even all his interview with the VDM or this DPP or no DPP. I'm not even analyzing it because it was a waste of time and money. The case file in the presence of the DPP is a murder case, and they cannot hold, nowhere in the world we hold Samilari or Naira Marley responsible. They have an airtight alibi. Kati and were in the country, one referee, okay, but they were not in the country. Now, I'm not saying because they were not in the country, they couldn't have orchestrated it. Different scenario, but someone must indict them. I must say something like, ẹjọ ẹ ṣe mí jẹ́jẹ́ o, ẹ ṣe mí jẹ́jẹ́, ẹjọ nítorí Ọlọ́run ẹ ṣe mí jẹ́jẹ́, ẹ jẹ́ ń jẹ́wọ́ ẹni tó rán mi. Samilari ló gbéṣẹ́ fún mi. Now we are talking. But until such a thing happen, there's no way. You know, the law is two-edged sword. Bó ṣe wà fún ẹ ló wà fẹ́mi náà. Dr. Sam said it. They cannot hold these people against their human rights. They will sue the government and they will win. Hence, they have to discharge them. If there's a concrete evidence now, hey, my name is Supremo Ẹjọ Ẹṣemi Jẹ́jẹ́, Samilari ló rán mi, and these are the evidence. Iye tó san fún mi rèé, text message tó send sí mi rèé, bá ṣe plan ẹ̀ rèé, they will be picked up. Right away, they will be picked up. But until then, kò sí ẹjọ́ assault and bullying níwájú DPP. So it was a complete waste of time and money. There's nothing to analyze there. Mo ti sọ ilé tipẹ́.
Ẹ káàárọ̀ ma, mi Supreme.
My sister, God bless you. My beautiful sister.
Good morning, ma.
How
Ẹ
are
jọ̀ọ́ ma,
you?
mo fẹ́ béèrè kankan lọ́wọ́ yín ni. Ẹ má take offence, please.
No offense, no offense. À ń béèrè
Bẹ́ẹ̀
ọ̀rọ̀
ṣe
náà.
máa ń sọ pé Wùmí pa Mohbad yẹn. Ṣé ẹ mí ni àbẹ́kọ̀ máa fi ń ṣeré ni?
Mi ò fi ṣeré o. Because me officially, there's what they call circumstantial evidences, and when you do the process of elimination, like I said, Wumi needs to speak. And
Evidence wo lẹ́yìn wá rí tẹ̀yìn fi ń sọ pé òun ló pa Mohbad?
Ẹni sùúrù, ẹ ti ń rush, mi ti sọ kan tẹ́lẹ̀ tẹ́ ti ń sọ. I've just said something now that there's what they call process of elimination and circumstantial evidence, okay? Wumi wà ń bẹ̀, up to the last minute this boy took his last breath. And Wumi's stories have been different from moment to moment to moment to moment. Téèyàn bá dẹ̀ ń pa irọ́, tí èèyàn bá ń pa irọ́, what circumstantial evidence means, téèyàn bá ń pa irọ́, ó mì pé ó ní nǹkan tí mò ń bò. Tí n bá sọ tòótọ́, ta ló fún àwo yìí? Ọwọ́ mi ló ti fọ́, mo sorry. Ta ló fún àwo yìí? Mi mọ̀ o. Ta ló fún àwo yẹn? Lágbájá ni. Ta ló fún àwo yẹn? Kíní. Tí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn as a mother, tí ọmọ bá ti ń sọ oríṣiríṣi story pé òun parọ́, ó yá jẹ́wọ́ fún mi ta ló fọ́. Because the story kept changing. The story kept, nobody is saying accident doesn't happen in the house. But because Wumi's story, I'll give you a typical example. Wumi said that another nurse came. Another nurse now came. Stayed overnight. Which other nurse came again that stayed overnight?
Supreme ma. Ṣé ẹ̀yin believe pé gbogbo wa tá wà láyé yìí, a máa mọ ẹjọ́ rò jura wa lọ ṣá? Àwọn kan wà, wọn kì í mọ̀. Of
course, but this question you are asking me, that does not hold water in the court of law.
Ẹ máa gbọ́ mà, ẹni pé Wùmí sọ pé another nurse came. Okay, according to nígbà tí wọ́n sọ pé wọ́n pe ambulance, the ambulance came with a nurse, and the ambulance helped them to check again. So is that woman not a nurse? She was a nurse. But bí èèyàn ṣe ń rojọ́.
And Sherry, I'm not here to be. I'm only here to. Hold on.
The way I see it, mo fi pé ẹ ń fi ọmọ yẹn jà ni, kò ń ṣe pé ẹ kò mí ni. Ẹ ń fi báwọn èèyàn kan tó ń bu yín jà. Because to me, I don't believe you mean it.
Abẹ́fẹ́ mọ̀ pé látòrí Facebook ni mo ti hold the grounds mi now. Mo gbà àwọn yẹn máa nípa nínú ayé. Abẹ́gi.
No, because ní evidence. Ẹjọ́ máa ṣe ẹ̀yin fìgbó wà okay kẹ́ máa sọ pé èèyàn ń pààyàn láì ní evidence kankan against ẹ̀yin.
Mo ti answer question yẹn. You are asking me the same question.
Can I ask you a question in line of what she just asked you?
Asking me the same question over and over again.
Tọ́ba sọ pé ó possible kí accident ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú ilé, like you said, pé ó lè possible kó jẹ́ pé bóyá Wunmi mistake àbí. Can you walk us through from everything that you've gathered so far? How do you think the accident happened? What do you think happened to Mohbad?
I cannot walk you through, like, this is not the court, but I can always tell you that according to what Olani said, that which is true, but number one, that does not hold water in the court of law. One.
So can you tell us
about the question land, because now I feel like you are attacking. Give me opportunity to land. I listen to the question. Now, accidents do happen in the house. Yes, accidents do happen. Things happens. Now, but the thing is the consistency of what happened in the house. Kò sí bá a ṣe máa mú ẹjọ́ rò ju ara wa lọ tí ọ̀rọ̀ wa máa yàtọ̀. No. Kò sí bá a ṣe lè mú ẹjọ́ yẹn rò ju ara wa lọ kí nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀ lójú mi báyìí nísìn kí n dẹ̀ sọ pé red cup ni no white ni no industrial god ni no ikú tó yẹ kí Liam kú ni èèyàn kan gbà kú kíní kan industrial god does not want me to say what happened to my husband kí yẹn ń ṣe pé a mú ẹjọ́ rò jura wa lọ now. That is not be a major jura wa law. I absolutely do not have anything against her. But when you keep telling me different stories, I call you
But
a
Supreme,
liar.
gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ Naira Marley. Supreme, ṣé gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ Naira Marley Sam Larry yìí yẹn òun ṣe industrial god?
Òun ló máa define ẹ̀ now.
Wait for her to
tó bá jẹ́ pé
define.
ọ̀rọ̀ ẹni sùúrù ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣílẹ̀ kankan kó má dàbí attack. Tó bá jẹ́ pé ọ̀rọ̀ Naira Marley and Sam Larry ni, when Wumi took a stand, when she took a stand, she didn't mention Sam Larry. Ó lóun ò mọ̀ rí. Even ọ̀rọ̀ tí DVM sì bá Sam Larry sọ, Sam Larry tún sì ń fi Wumi ṣẹlẹ́rìí. And do you believe, between you and I, let's remove sentiment. Do you believe pé Wumi ò mọ̀ Sam Larry? Until Falade and Fadile say that, why are you excluding Sam Larry? So, ẹ̀yin náà ẹ má jẹ́ ká fi sentiment ṣe èèyàn ló kú kì í ṣe ẹranko.
Yes. But ẹ mọ̀ pé èèyàn lè máa exclude yàn for their own reason, kẹ má mọ̀ reason. Àwọn nǹkan máa ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sí yàn nígbà
míì. Èèyàn ló kú kì í ṣe ẹranko.
No ma, yes.
This person went to Kenya with your husband. This person,
but let me tell you
and you are saying this person is a right-hand pal of Naira Marley. They roll together. Oh, they roll. Ẹ máa sọ pé ó jókòó sí stand for 5 hours and you fed us with mọ̀ Sam Larry. Come on, do you guys really believe pé kò mọ̀ Sam Larry ni?
Supreme, can I ask you a question? Ibo ni Wumi ti sọ pé òun ò mọ̀ Sam Larry rí? Ibo ló ti sọ bẹ́ẹ̀?
Honestly, I was about to ask that. No.
Ibo ló ti sọ bẹ́ẹ̀?
Sọ pé òun ò mọ̀ Sam Larry.
Supreme, ibo ló ti sọ bẹ́ẹ̀?
Ṣé ní CTC ni?
I just told you now. Ẹ dẹ̀ tún béèrè. I said Wumi took this.
Ó
sọ wípé òun ò mọ̀ Sam Larry.
That's incorrect.
No,
she never said that.
Ìgbà tí Falade wá béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ pé, why are you not mentioning Sam Larry's name?
Supreme, that's not correct.
Ẹ lọ ka CTC now.
I mean, should I bring the ṣé kàkà mo ní lọ́wọ́ báyìí ṣé kàkà?
Ẹ kà.
Supreme, tabaka CTC, tabari bitomo Wumi ti sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Are you going to delete this profile and not come back?
Why will I delete my profile and not come back? I will not, because it is said so. It is right there.
No, because
now what if it is not there?
Let's do it. If it is there, I will delete this profile and I will never come back on this app.
You don't have to go that far.
Are you
read the
able to
CTC?
delete your profile?
Read the CTC. I just, you see, why are you guys repeating yourself? I just told you I am not going to delete my profile for nothing. Nothing. This
Okay,
case,
so
we are
so
here
if
together.
if we read it and it is not there in the CTC, what then happens?
Read it, yo.
Something must happen.
Oh yeah, no, you Emma discuss. Ejekin transfer CTC. You see my other phone. Kiwaka. You guys take. Give it to us. All right, Ejen Kurumbi. I'll read it down. Give me 1 second. Let me transfer it.
MFM,
Okay, Supreme,
control the
kí ló ṣe dẹ́dẹ́ kọ́sì.
ilé tó sọ pé rísì olórí burúkú kò ní dá fún ìyá àti bàbá
mo
tó bí ẹ
máa
lọ́mọ.
mute wọn mo ń bọ̀.
Kò ní dá fún ìyá àti bàbá tó bí ẹ lọ́mọ.
Just give me few minutes now, màá gbé péjì mi kejì wọlé.
Supreme, nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ tún béèrè lọ́wọ́ yìí ni pé ṣé mo pé tí nǹkan bá ṣẹlẹ̀ when something happen, especially when you are not expecting that.
Gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ sọ ni mo gbà, my darling. There's nothing you are saying that I do not agree with you. But even after 2 years tí Wunmi padà wá sọ̀rọ̀, Wunmi tún wá sọ something different gan. Ṣebí ìgbà tó padà wá after 2 years lóyún ṣe wá sọ fún wa pé another nurse came overnight.
There's nothing like overnight.
Born now, and then so you and I were not there. Wunmi said it.
That is why I said pé a máa major road ra wa lọ. Tẹ́lí a máa ń sọ̀rọ̀. àti wípé ṣe bá ti ní tí nǹkan tẹ́yìn bá fẹ́ believe.
Jẹ́ kí n lọ wá fóònù mi the other way kí n lọ wá jáde. It is not no
if I made a
wait
statement,
let me say something.
ẹ lè reason pẹ̀lú statement yẹn.
If you don't allow me to say, if you want to force it, if you are forcing it, I have the liberty of dropping.
No, I
I have the liberty of dropping. So let me just say something.
If you look at
Wumi,
Wumi and
if you are going to be attacking and being insultive in the comment
no, I'm not attacking you. I'm okay. You attack me.
You overlook the comment section.
And you know I always say
Stop talking on the comment
let me
section.
just say something. Wumi fúnra rẹ̀ ẹni sùúrù mú ó ti ń
àti
pariwo.
bàbá ẹ mọ̀ pé Wumi ò mẹjọ́rò bàbá mẹjọ́rò
Wumi wo ni ò mẹjọ́rò? Wumi wo ni ò mẹjọ́rò? Wumi tó gbé bàbá ọkọ ẹ̀ tó ṣépè fún tó gbé ṣépè. Wumi tó pẹ̀lú àbú ẹ̀bẹ̀. Wumi wo ni ò mẹjọ́rò? Wumi tó máa ń ṣe síá lórí social media kò mẹjọ́rò.
ṣé àjí ẹjọ́ rírò ni.
Kò mẹjọ́rò náà ni. Don't let us go there.
ṣé sì á ní ẹjọ́ rírò ẹni pé bàbá Mohbad ní mẹjọ́rò gan tí bàbá Mohbad bá parọ́ fún yín ẹ máa rò bọ́n sòótọ́ ni.
Let me say something. And don't say that. Don't always say that. Because if you are going to be fair, Tolani, you know I'm not a Baba fan. And where he has done wrong, where he has said things that are not right, I have come against them. You know, I have come against everything back. So you know that there's no ill feelings.
These are
majorro. So you will go to the court of law. You will say,
let me tell you something.
You will go to the court of law and say, me majorro.
That is why people have their
lawyers. That is why you get
lawyer. Mercy, please, I saw the Royal Rumble. Supreme, I'm about to read Wumi's city. Are you ready? Is there a particular place you want me to start from, or do you want me to read all of it?
Yeah.
Supreme Shebale. Supreme, why did you do that? Why did you do that?
No.
Okay,
maybe,
she dropped. She has dropped.
She will come
I'll wait for her. Maybe the line went up. The kidney cut. I'll wait for her to come up. I have the CTC now. I'm gonna read all the questions, and we can read Wumi's answer. Now, to those of you who are saying, Wumi Odaruko kini kan, she etigbon Wumi to bosori online. So even when she came out and she said the industry gods, she egbon ko daruko Naira Marley. Because whether you like it or not, she has to move smart. Think about move smart. And if our people if it's about MRT to the point where Omalo indict her, maybe two years.
Slam any straight up.
What's slam any lawsuits? So, okay, Supreme is back. Beautiful. All right. So I'm going to read the CTC now, and I'm scrolling through to Omawumi's question.
Before you go ahead, you said some few things. Let me respond to the few things you said. You see, Wumi has to be smart. Wumi does not have to be smart. All Wumi needed to do is speak the truth. That you don't have to be intelligent, smart to speak the truth. Into Shele, Lomaso. I saw Samilari slap my husband. To bade ti Shele be o ma so ni. It's not that being smart. Okay? You don't have to be smart to speak the truth. I don't have to be smart to speak the truth.
Supreme, let's role play now. Let's quickly do a quick role play. Supreme, what country are you from? Edeka role play.
I am from Nigeria.
Nigeria, okay.
Citizens of Nigeria. I am from those states precisely. One local government.
Okay, good. But Supreme, why? Okay. Oh yeah, hold on. We are role playing. I get it. I've heard where you're from. Now, my question to you now is: when I asked you, Supreme, where are you from? Why didn't you begin to tell me that? Oh, my mother is black. My father is Yoruba.
You didn't ask me that.
God bless you. Now, let me now explain it to you. Thank you. Now, while you've said that Wumi has not said anything, she did not say anything. Wumi went to the coroner and she was asked question.
No.
Oh,
Let me say something to you.
Supreme, you don't want people to interrupt you.
Wait, Abefe, please wait. Abefe, please
Supreme, you cannot continue to interrupt me now.
Abefe, please
You can't be
wait.
doing that.
Follow me to fair cool. Abefe, please wait. Okay? Abefe, please wait. Me fẹ́ ká fi sentiment ṣe. And I am not under any interrogation or I am not obligated to be on this platform. But if we are going to dialogue, we have to do it with open mind. Okay? If I want to report MFM to
your comment section, page kini conversation with me
if
today.
I want to report MFM to you, I will not wait for you to ask me pé kí ló ṣe. Èmi ló wá fẹjọ́ sùn ẹ́. Màá ní Abẹ́fẹ́ jọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run mo pè é torí pé mo fẹ́ fi ẹjọ́ MFM sùn ẹ́. Tu ṣùgbọ́n pé lánàá tí mo lọ sórí platform MFM. Could you believe pé nǹkan báyìí. Wait, let me finish. Then you will say, MFM ṣe ń tó pọ̀ tó yìí. Kí ni ìwọ náà ṣe? Mo rí tán sọ̀rọ̀ J4M ni mo lọ o. I'm not gonna wait. Ọkọ Wunmi ló kú kì í ṣe ọkọ mi now. She needs to tell us exactly what happened. She should not wait for the lawyer. They gave up. Ṣé wọ́n bèrè placenta lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ ni?
Ṣé corona tó lọ?
Placenta lọ́wọ́ mi? Placenta tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ story
corona tó lọ? Corona tó lọ yẹn. Ṣọ́rọ̀ Sam Larry àti Naira Marley lọ́lọ́ sọ́ńbẹ̀.
Mo ń bèrè lọ́wọ́ ìwọ. Ṣé wọ́n bèrè pé where did you put your placenta? She gave us what she wanted to. She used 5 hours to tell us bullshit.
No. When she talked about the placenta, they asked her, at what point did your relationship with your father-in-law go bad? What happened? Don't say she was talking rubbish because she wasn't.
And they didn't ask her, oh, what happened to your husband at home?
They asked her.
They didn't ask her who are the people that bullied your husband? They didn't ask her those ones.
Supreme, let us read the CTC.
And if they didn't ask her, as the owner of the husband, tí wọ́n bá bí, she needed to volunteer.
Supreme,
what are we talking about?
Can you please mute? Let us read
the phone me 4%.
Yeah. Please plug your phone. You have just
Hold on, please. Let me grab a charger.
Grab a charger. So you've just said she said something that she didn't say in the CTC. She said she didn't know Sam Larry. So let us read the CTC. It's not difficult. So the cross-examiner is Mr. T.E. Olawanle. And on Mohumi's interview, our question started on page 139. And the first question is, can you tell this honorable court your name, address, and what you do for a living? I am Cynthia Omomi. I stay at Royal Pine Estate, Orchard. I am a graduate from Tai Solarin University of Education. Do you recall that on the
Aries went to run away. Do you see me as a runner?
Can you mute?
Run away.
Please mute.
Do I have to run away?
Comment section. Emma, let's not.
Do I have to run away?
Can you hear?
Do I have to run away?
Supreme, can you please just don't respond to comment section?
No, if I'm gonna be insulted on the comment section, I leave. I take my leave.
But then you're gonna be.
They cannot be muted. I leave. I'm not gonna tolerate the nonsense and the bullshit.
But Supreme, you'll be interrupting what I'm reading, and
I know because I have to address this
comment
people.
section. Ejo, please let's be civil. Ejo, comment section, so that we can get to the bottom of this conversation. Ejo, comment section, please. Okay, so they then said, do you recall that on the 25th of October 2023, you were before the Commissioner of Oath in this honorable coroner and you deposed to a witness statement on oath? Wumi said yes. Please look at this. Is this your witness statement? She reviewed the documents. Is that your signature? She said yes. What will you like to add? She said, I would like to adopt it as my written statement regarding the investigation of the case.
Okay, thank you. Hold it right there, please. Please hold it right there because I'm analyze as we go along. So in that witness statement that she wrote at the police station, did she mention the name of Samilari and Narameli?
Do you have the Supreme? Read the witness statement for us. Let's hear. Read it.
Why will I read the witness statement at 5 a.m. At 5 a.m. in the 3 a.m. in the morning? Do I know that?
Access to. Why do you want to question something you do not have access to? Why are you interrupting me and saying, do we have the witness? Did she mention? How do you want to confirm now to the public that she mentioned or she did not in her witness statement?
Because the lawyer far delay, yes, asked her, why are you excluding Samilari from
So
your
can you let us read it and get there? Don't
Okay,
interrupt
go
us
ahead.
to hear that part.
Go ahead.
Thank you. So she said, so the court then said, witness statement deposition dated the 25th day of October 2023.
Onídàá fún ẹ, ìwọ tẹ́ni
Hereby
tí ẹ kò
adopted.
ní yẹ ìyá ẹ. Ẹ̀yin ọmọ òfò, ẹ̀yin ọmọ
So
tó ti
is
fi
hereby
ẹ̀yin ọmọ
adopted as the
òṣì.
evidence of the witness in the suit. Then the question, my lord, this is all for the witness. Then the cross-examiner, Akinde, question, Cynthia Omowumi Aloba, is that your name? She said, yes. I want to ask you some questions and they are
Then, Abefe, somebody said go and read the far delays part in the CTC. I don't know, I don't have it handy here.
I am reading from the CTC right now. So there's nothing in the far delay part that I'm reading from the CTC directly. Check
No, it's from going to be the section far delay was interrogating her.
I want to read all of Omowumi's interrogation, if you permit me.
Okay, go for it. Go for it.
Yeah, okay. So they said, I want to ask you some questions and they are divided into 4 segments. I'll be asking you questions about who is the deceased and when he died and where did he die and how he died. Is that okay? Omowumi said yes. What is the name of the person that died? Omowumi said his name is Aloba Promise Oladimeji. Question, is the same person we all know as Mohbad? She said yes. How old was he when he died? She said he was 26. From your deposition, you said you are the wife of the deceased? She said, yes, I am. This person that died, if you were to see him here, can you describe him? She said, my late husband was a cool-headed person. He doesn't hold grudges and says things the way it is. He doesn't mingle with a lot of people. He loves his space, his family. He loves me. He loves his child and everyone around him. Question, let's go to when. She then said, he died on the 12th of September, 2023. Question, which day was it? She answered, on Tuesday. Question, I want to ask you some questions and they are divided into 4 segments. I'll be asking you questions about who is the disease and all of that. And she said yes. Then the question, what is the name of the person? I think we've read that. It took me back. Okay. So they said, let's go to when. She said he died on the 12th of September. Which day was that? She said on Tuesday. Can you put a time frame to when he died? She said, I think it was around 3 something p.m. on Tuesday afternoon. Question, on that day that he died, where did he die? She answered, he died in the house. That day, I wasn't really sure. But when he was injected, they asked, injected by who? She answered, by the nurse. On the 12th of September, my husband and I were having a discussion after the injury at the show, and we were in the room. Question, we are coming to that. We are at when he died now. She answered, when the nurse gave him the injection, he was feeling uncomfortable. He asked his brother to get him water, which he did, but he was still feeling somehow. Can you put a name to the brother? She answered, Aloba Adura. He asked his brother to get him water, and I was at the scene when the nurse and I was at the scene with the nurse and the DJ. I'm suspecting. Then he then questioned, what is the name of the DJ? She said, Bami. Question, Bami who? She answered, we call him Bami. Question, will it be Ajishebiri? She said, yes, thank you. Question, you were at the scene with the nurse. Do you know the name of the nurse? She answered, Fumi Ogedengbe or something. I don't know her name. That was the first time I was meeting her. When the whole thing happened, he said...
Hold on 1 second. Did you say she said Fumi Ogedengbe?
Yes, please, or something. Fumi Ogedengbe or something. I don't know her name. That was the first time I was meeting her. When the whole thing happened, he said we should pour water on him, which his brother did. And he said we should put him inside AC. So we rushed him from the room to my son's room because the AC was not working and he was still feeling uncomfortable. So I had to find another alternative because the nurse was not back yet. Question, the nurse left? She answered, yes, she left with DJ Bami to get something. I was downstairs to scream for help and I believe we needed to take him away from the scene. The mechanic was working on his car and he said there was no way we could take the car out. Question, was the car in the compound? She answered, it was outside the compound. We don't park it inside. The mechanic was outside and he said we can't take the car, that he was working on it. His brother came outside with me and I told him to search around to look for a car, and our estate is very quiet. One of the people outside asked me to get the next door neighbor to go to the neighbor's house to scream for help, which I did, and I knocked for like 5 minutes and they came outside and I explained the situation to him. He chose to help us. I had to call some guys to help me upstairs to carry my husband when we got there. They helped us carry him to the hospital. I was inside when he was reacting, but I didn't really know what happened. Can you describe the reaction? She's answered. Immediately, the nurse passed the injection through his vein. I was not fully at the scene. I was at the kitchen cooking. That was the day my son clocked 5 months. And we had an agreement of cooking fried rice and turkey. I was in the kitchen. I was not fully present at the scene. And I was going and coming. But the last scene I saw was when the nurse was injecting the stuff through his vein. And immediately I opened the door. I heard him saying, please remove it. I'm not feeling comfortable. Immediately, he went to the restroom. When I followed him, he vomited and peed and said he was not feeling comfortable. He said the injection was reacting on his body and we should please get him some water. I called Bami and Adura because they were downstairs. Adura was assisting me with dicing the ingredients of the fried rice. And I called them to assist us, and on our way to the hospital, I was not stable. So I really didn't know what happened. I was in the car. I was at the front with the nurse. I didn't let her go. I held the nurse with me with our baby. Question, apart from you, the nurse, the person that assisted you with the vehicle, who else? She answered, his brother Adura. His photographer was also there. Question, what of Ajishebiri? She answered, Ajishebiri went with the nurse to get something. Question, as at the time you were leaving the hospital, Ajishebiri wasn't there? She answered, we met Ajishebiri, that's Bami. We met Ajishebiri, that was when Ajishebiri and the nurse arrived. So we had to squeeze ourselves into the car. I was in the car with the nurse in the front seat with my baby. While we were going, there was traffic on Orchard Road. I heard the driver say his hands was getting cold, so I had to calm down. Question, the driver said what? She answered, there was traffic. The question again, where was he in that car? Where was he sitting? She then asked for clarity. My husband, he was at the back. They then questioned, how did the driver know? She then answered, everybody was in shock. We were shaking. So he just held his hands. He held his hands because he wasn't responding. He wasn't moving his body. So the driver held his hand and said it was getting cold. And immediately I heard the word. I came down from the car and I had to stop a bike and I told them to help me so we can put him on Okada and myself and we go to the hospital. They then questioned, just yourself on the bike? She answered, myself and OG. No, I did not enter the bike with him. He and OG, while myself and someone, I cannot recollect. So we went to the hospital and when we got there, they rushed him in. Supreme, do you have something to say? Can you mute, Supreme? Now, question, I'm sorry to cut you. When he was placed on the bike, you weren't there? She answered, I wasn't there. There was no space. They questioned, so the bike took off and left you? She answered, I followed the bike immediately. There was another bike at the back, so we got to the hospital at the same time. Now they questioned, what is the name of the hospital? She answered, Kuramed Hospital at Orchard. They questioned, what is the distance between the house to your hospital? She responded, it shouldn't be more than 10 minutes, but we spent like 20 minutes because of traffic. When we got to the hospital, they rushed him inside, and because of the way I was screaming, they asked me not to go inside with him, and I was in shock. I didn't know what was happening at that point in time. The doctor in charge just broke the news to his brother and the DJ, and that to his brother and the DJ that he was dead. It was their noise I heard. Question, you went with them when they took him in? She answered, I was at the hospital, not inside the room. Question, inside the room where the doctors were checking up, who else was there? She answered, his brother and DJ. They questioned, around what time? She said, I really don't know. They questioned, how many minutes from your arrival at the hospital did they come out to say he was dead? She answered, I think 15 minutes after we got to the hospital. They questioned, what else happened? She answered, when they told me, I didn't believe it. I said my husband cannot be dead because we still spoke like 20 minutes before the whole thing. because we were supposed to take our baby to get something for his 5th-month birthday. And he said after the injection, we were going there. I didn't believe it when they told me. And I put a call through to his sister that they were saying nonsense here. So Wunmi ló pe Blessing, to those of you, because earlier there was a conversation and Talo sọ fún Blessing. She Blessing ló pe Baba Mohbad. Talo sọ fún Baba Mohbad. Wunmi called Blessing. Now the question, you called who? She answered, I called his sister. The question, what is the name of the sister? She answered, Aloba Blessing. I could not tell anybody. I had to sit. So Bami called his cousin Darosha that something had happened, that he should come, and I called Darosha too, that I wanted to take my husband from the hospital to another hospital for confirmation because I could not believe what had been told. They questioned about how many minutes from, I'm okay, thank you. About how many minutes from when you were informed of his death did Darosha arrive? She answered, I think 20 minutes. They questioned, this Darosha, where does he stay? She answered, on the island at Aja. They questioned, when Darosha got there, he said his brother cannot be dead, just like I said, and we took him from the hospital. Somebody said, drink water now. Then they questioned, when Darosha got there, he said his brother cannot be dead, just like I said. Okay, that was the question. Then the question, do you know the real name of Darosha? She answered, Bolu Adeyemo. No. They questioned, what is the name of the hospital? Yes. She answered, I don't remember at that period, but I went to the hospital with them, and when we got there, they said the same thing, that he was dead. And I got to understand things were getting real already, and he was dead. And at that period of time, from the hospital to the house, I didn't know. And it was after they were telling me everything that happened, and I didn't remember until I got to the house. I'm sure that explains itself. Question, you informed my lord that you left the house, you left with your baby, and at that point, where was your baby? Answer, my baby was with me. Question, all through? She answered, yes. Only yes. Now question, let's go to how he died. You made mention that there was a nurse that came to the house to give an injection. What necessitated the nurse coming to give him the injection? She answered, on the 10th of September, he had a show with General Beaters before having my baby. We were always going to shows together, but ever since we had my baby, we were not always going to show. But I planned of going to his mother's house on Monday, the 11th of September, because we want to get her stuff for her shop. She just opened a new shop. We want to get her things to stock up the shop. I wanted to go to the market with her. That was the reason for me going.
Please note that aspect. We plan to go to the mother's house on Monday. So we are going to talk about when Mohbad said she called on Monday. Because they were supposed to come on Monday to her house. So right there on the CTC, it is also very explicit that Wumi said they plan to go on Monday. And Mohbad called on Monday, and she was told, Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ gbọ́ kú ọmọ o, Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ rí kú ọkọ o. So right on. I want us to note that, please.
Okay, noted. So we want to get her things to stock up her shop. I wanted to go to the market, but can you go get me my phone charger? I wanted to go to the sorry guys. I wanted to go to the market with her. That's the reason for me going to Ikorodu. So when we got to the show around 7 p.m., we're all inside the Prado. Everybody, we went with 2 Prados, and we were about 10 people that went for the show. The question, you said you went with 2 Prado and you were like 10. Can you please give us the names of the people in the Prado? Then she answered, in the Prado I entered, shut the door. In the Prado I entered, she said, my husband, Darosha, Bolu, myself, my son, Prime Boy, Ibrahim, and Spending. The question, are you sure Spending was in the first or second? She answered, the first Prado, I and my husband was. Then the second one, Adura, Bami, Idris, the photographer, West. Then the question, the full name of West, she answered, I don't know. And 2 other guys, I think. She said when we got to the show, we got there around 7 p.m. and he performed like 9 p.m. And before he performed, he was with us in the car. They questioned, where was Prime Boy? She answered, Prime Boy was outside. He was not fully present with us. He was not fully, plug it for me, please. So Prime Boy was outside. He was not fully present with us. He was always going down and coming. My husband performed around 9 p.m. And then the question, till when? She then said till 9 p.m. something. She wasn't sure. She then said he was the first artist to perform. After his performance, he came back to the Prado. I and my baby were there and the Prado man. He came back and said he was tired and needed to start going. But there were so many cars parked and he called. Emma Bineja, they can plug phone me so my phone doesn't die while we're doing this. Sorry, guys. Your room is too hot for me. It's okay. So she said, so he came back and said he was tired and needed to start going. But there were so many cars parked and he called the bouncer himself and told the bouncer he wanted to start going. But he said we should wait till the other artists finish performing. So can you go bring me my work phone quickly? Performing so we can all go together. I think Zlatan, Sheon Kuti were yet to perform. Also, the car, it's in the living room on the chair. Also, the car owners were at the event. So we waited and he was not comfortable and he said he was tired and wanted to rest. So we waited on the chair in the lounge room. So we waited for an hour and he insisted that he wanted to start going. Question, can we say he was restless? He was uncomfortable? She answered, he was uncomfortable at the surroundings because people were much and his fans were outside hailing him and requesting for money and he wasn't comfortable with all those things. Question, you said he was tired. She answered, he was tired from the constant checkup from fans. So they then said, question, not that he exerted so much energy. She answered, he was tired from the old noise of his fans outside and people were gathering around the car and I told him to stay back because of our safety. And most times we go to Ikorodu, his fans don't leave him easily until they get something from him. Question, that was not the first show he performed from Ikorodu. She answered, yes, but ever since he got signed to Naira Marley's label, he has not been going to Ikorodu like that. He insisted on coming down to talk to the bouncer himself, which I knew.
Hold on, John. How much more do you have to go? Because I can't stay all day. I want to give you few highlights so that when I leave, you can continue to read. And then I probably will be able to come back. I want you to know, I want you to know few highlights. You can still continue to read, but I'm going to drop. Another one, when they asked Wumi, what do you think killed your husband? Or question like that when you get to the place. And she responded, let us wait for the autopsy. Right there, she had an opportunity to say bully. They bullied my husband to death, but she did not.
Wumi did not say, let us wait for the autopsy.
Hold on now. Let me just highlight it so that when I leave, because
things that are incorrect, Supreme. Wumi did not say, let us wait for the autopsy. She did not say that. That's incorrect. So me, Mama, get more.
Drop because
yeah, but because I feel like when you, if you go ahead and say that, even when it's not correct, then we're not really achieving anything. So Wumi has always maintained the fact that
continue to read, but I want to drop. I want to drop from this, but you can continue to read. Okay? Continue to read. I want to drop.
Madam Mary, Madam Mary, Sketon Loma, Joma, Sherry. Wumi ló pọkọ ẹ̀, Wumi ló pa Mohbad yẹn, ẹ má yẹ ká máa sọ mọ́ ọ̀tí tẹ́ bá rí proof kò dá mà. Mo máa kékeré ni gbogbo àná là láwọn ọmọ ilé.
Mo máa sọ tí Jésù máa fi dé.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká lé evidence ká tó máa sọ bẹ́ẹ̀.
Mo máa sọ.
Because ẹ̀yin náà mọ̀ pé kò right. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá bá wọn tẹ́ bá ń bá jáde. Ẹ bá wọn jà directly. Ẹ má máa sọ pé wọ́n ló pọkọ ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn.
But you said yours, I've said mine. Mo máa sọ tí Jésù máa fi dé.
Tí ọmọdé yìí bá bọ́ síta tó bá root sí tó bá bu yìí báwo lè ṣe máa fi.
Ó wà okay. Mo máa sọ tí Jésù máa fi dé. Kò mẹ́jọ rò ṣùgbọ́n mi kú.
At the end of the
day,
because the
Mohbad now sọ
reason tó fi pé bàbá lọ́jọ́ sí náà nìyẹn tó fi sọ̀rọ̀ sí bàbá.
Mo máa sọ tí Jésù máa fi dé ni kò sí tí mo lè ṣe sí yẹn.
Supreme, can I just say one thing to you? I'm just Supreme, I'm just going to say
tí ọba ń dì pẹ̀lú ọmọ kékeré kò ń ṣe pé bí àwọn yẹn gọ̀
Supreme, I'm just going to say one thing to you, and I know that you and I, we have a beautiful, respectful relationship, and I absolutely like you as a person, even though I do not agree with the things you do. Now, people are allowed their opinion. However you want to say it, please, by all means possible, go ahead and say it. But you know what integrity is, yes? Integrity is doing the right thing when nobody's watching. Integrity is making sure that when you come to public to make a statement, you are sure that your statement is a statement of fact. You make sure that you're not making a statement that is untrue. You're not making assumption. You're not just cooking up stories in your head. Because the very first engagement I had with you, Supreme and Bossman, you were the first set of people alongside Kudi who pushed the narrative that Wunmi took a knife. You were the one who started that narrative. I make bold to say so. So while it is okay for you to go ahead and say whatever you want to say and push whatever you want to, narrative you want to push, I hope you know that nobody knows tomorrow. Emi ogbadura kaburu kokon she anybody want that say or justice for Mohbad because one kuku fi we pe wa gbogbo awa ganu sini. Amo, let us do right torí ọjọ́ àti sùn. Because ilẹ̀ tó mọ́ yín lé níyì àti ilẹ̀ tó ṣú fèmí lé níyì kò sure fún anybody pé a máa jí láàárọ̀ ọ̀la. Ọmọ kan bàbá kan ló wà lórí live show tó ní seizure tó ṣubú àfiyọ́ o. Ọlọ́run sọ ká àsìkò títí ẹ̀ ti tó nìyẹn. Tí àwọn òkú méjì bá ń pàdé ra wọn, òun àti Mohbad kọjọ lọ máa yanjú ẹ̀, kọjọ lọ máa mọ nǹkan tó máa bára wọn sọ níbi tó bá ti pàdé. When they meet, when you close your eyes here on earth and you open your eyes at the other place, just make sure that what you are doing here is right so that people will not be waiting you on the other side. Pẹ̀lú kòbókò àti àdá pé ìwọ ló ṣẹ̀yìn mi báyìí. Ẹ jẹ́ ká rọra ṣe. Èmi ni mo mọ̀ tó yìí. It's easy to come online and push narrative, especially when tí kò bá kàn ẹ́, tí ò kan ará ilé ẹ, tí ò kan ẹbí ẹ. It's easy to come online and have an opinion about people's lives, especially when it doesn't concern you, not your children, not your family members. But sometimes we need to, for once in a while, pinch ourselves and try to feel the hurt or the pain that these people feel. Tell yourself once in a while, pé Ọlọ́run má jẹ́, Ọlọ́run má jẹ́, Ọlọ́run má jẹ́. Tí ọmọ Wunmi yìí tó bá jẹ́ ọmọ yín kọ́, Ọlọ́run má jẹ́, Ọlọ́run má jẹ́, Ọlọ́run má jẹ́. Tí bàbá Mohbad bá jẹ́ bàbá yín kọ́, Ọlọ́run má jẹ́, Ọlọ́run má jẹ́, Ọlọ́run má jẹ́. Tí ìyá Mohbad bá jẹ́ ìyá yín kọ́, tádùúrà bá jẹ́ àbúrò yín kọ́. Tọ́rọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ justice for Mohbad yìí tó bá jẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ family gbogbo wa, ṣé bá ṣe ń ṣe yìí la ṣe máa ṣe. Are we going to continue to pull this family apart? Any total won't be, which I know Supreme will not be, is not a part of our tongue power. But those of you who are still making money out of this thing, Toba Joro e being mama lele. So Supreme, as much as I like you, I personally do not agree with the way you go about or you've gone about justice for Mohbad. I have seen you use your money to cause chaos, to literally cause more damage to us even achieving anything. Lórí ọ̀rọ̀ justice for Mohbad. Again, none of us are perfect. Gbogbo wa pátá tá wá dá sọ̀rọ̀ yìí, we have all played a part one way or the other. Kí Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ fi iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ gbogbo wa kó fi dá wa lẹ́jọ́. Àwa kan wà, ó lè wà dismissed by mistakenly. But for some of you, I just feel that in your heart of hearts, you actually know the truth. And the only anger and cotton being in you, these people are not coming on your platforms, or they are not calling you, or they are not coming online to say the things that you want to hear. Our people you want wasita kowa so àwọn nǹkan tẹ́ fẹ́ gbọ́. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní side ọmọ Wunmi, bí ẹni pé kí bàbá bọ́ta lọ́la ńsí kí bàbá ní gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ mi ni mo dá justice rú kínú yín lè dùn. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lọ́dọ̀ bàbá, bí kí Wunmi bọ́ta lọ́la kó ní èmi ni mo pa ọkọ mi kínú yín lè dùn. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní side Wunmi o àti side bàbá o, bí kí ìyá Mohbad bọ́ta lọ́la, bí kí family yìí kí kan nínú wọn ṣá kó continue láti máa ṣẹ̀sín bó ṣe ń ṣe wá nìyẹn, so that you can be on your own side to celebrate. However, you forget that this table own roll. Abeg bó ṣe ń roll ni. Today it rolls to Iya Mohbad, tomorrow it rolls to Baba, next tomorrow it comes to Wunmi, it goes round. If you have any iota of pity in you, acknowledging that boy's body is still there in the mortuary It is time for you all to actually let this family sort this thing out and let them do the needful how they damn well please. Baba Mohbad wọ́n ní olórí ẹbí nílé wọn, ìyá Mohbad ní olórí ẹbí nílé wọn, ọmọ Wunmi ní olórí ẹbí nínú ilé wọn. It is time for us to begin to advocate for the elders in their family to pull their family out of social media and go and sort your shit out. It's about time. Enough. Ẹgbẹ́ Mohbad báyìí, ẹgbẹ́ sorry tray báyìí. Ẹ sọ Mohbad di buffet tí gbogbo ayé ń lọ tọ́lọ́ ń dig. Àtẹni tó ń dig fún pocket ẹ̀ ó wà ń bẹ̀. Ẹni tó ń dig fún ego ẹ̀ ó wà ń bẹ̀. Ẹni tó ń dig láti grow platform ẹ̀ ó wà ń bẹ̀. Ẹni tó ń dig for their pride. Oníkálukú ń lọ bẹ̀. Everybody is going there and they are digging níbi tó ti suit wọn. Ọmọ wa àwa kọ́ la bí Mohbad o, ẹ̀yin lẹ ni Mohbad. Nǹkan tó wù yín lẹ ń fi Mohbad ṣe. Nǹkan tó wù yín lẹ ń fi Mohbad ṣe. Gbogbo wa yìí ó easy ká bọ́ síta ká wá pass opinion. Kò sẹ́ni tó máa ṣe show sin tó máa reviews tínú ẹ̀ ò ní dùn. Tó bá pọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ òṣì kan lèèyàn kan sọ tó ń dùn mọ́ àwọn èèyàn táwọn èèyàn fi dúró tó fi ń wò. They will continue to say that ọ̀rọ̀ òṣì because that is what drives we Nigerians. We thrive on negativity. Ibi tó shì ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀, ibi tó ti ń ṣépè tó ti ń búra wọn. Ibẹ̀ la máa ń like láti lọ ganu sí, ibẹ̀ la máa ń like láti lọ wò. Bá ṣe wà live in síta ní 400 tó ń wò wá. Àwọn èèyàn kan wọ́n wà on live lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ tó ń ṣe àdúrà tó máa ní impact fún generation.
Okay. Let me respond quickly. Phone here, the other one.
No, Supreme, hold on, please.
Let me quickly respond because
Hold on. I'm going to
No. I have to respond because you've said a lot.
No, you can't come and interrupt me because if you were here when I started, I would have stopped. But you stepped away, and I'm.
I did step away. My phone.
Yeah, so please, you're going to have to wait for me to finish. Emma Binu, I'm definitely not going to interrupt you. I'll allow you vent because I'm also venting. So please just give me my time. So there are people online right now who are praying. There are people who are praying and praying for people's children and for generations and generations to come. And there are people who are online right now doing drama, doing violence, doing chaos. And because you said your line was bad, Supreme, I am repeating it here again so that you hear me in case you didn't hear me before. You were the first people who came up with the narrative that the way you go around scouting for a reason to kneel, you want to be right by all means, Supreme. And it is okay to be wrong because you cannot be right all the time. We all make mistakes. No man is an island. None of us were there when Mohbad died. However, we have to learn to give every one of them the benefit of a doubt. Just like they said, Baba Mohbad, we have to learn to give him the benefit of a doubt. What if Baba Mohbad he was in shock himself, and as he walked in, he just walked upstairs to where his son is? What if? What if at his testimony, what if every single one of it is true? What if Adura knew nothing about what died his brother? What if Mohbad just died by medical misadventure? What if? So if you cannot sit back and ask yourself this what ifs, and you are still standing and making sure that, because you have this opinion, or because you think, because if you bring Supreme up here now and ask her why she thinks someone will make Mohbad, they will all be based on assumption. It will all be based on your assumption because you think you've gathered information and you think there's something you've gathered that is right. It will all be based on your assumption. I'm just going to close my statement by saying, let us all remember that one day we will all go to sleep and we will not wake up. So Supreme, it's never going to be disrespect from me. It is still love. As much as I do not agree with the things that you have done and how you do things on this app, especially the way you go for this family, I will never agree with it, but still will not, make me disrespect you or would, make me feel some kind of way about you. I completely disagree with everything that you've done, Lori Justice for Mohbad, from the beginning till this very day. And that has not changed. Esheo. Supreme, you can come up now. The floor is open for you. So I don't know if you guys want to continue to hear the CTC. I don't know. Like, Mercy, Joshua Wambi, bóyá kó wá take over show ẹ padà o. Mercy. Mercy ò gbọ́dọ̀ sùn báyìí o. So you guys, let me know. Do you want me to continue to read the CTC before Supreme comes up to say what she has to say? Let's talk about something else. Okay, let's talk about something else. Okay, now before MFM will come back, let me just quickly touch on Very Dark Man, Sam Larry, and these people's audacity. Let me shed a bit of light into this.